Welcome back to Ask Allison. Here is today's question. An acquaintance built my website for really cheap and it's awful. I ask for certain changes and it doesn't get done. What should I do? So first, I want to thank Therapy Notes for sponsoring Ask Allison. It's an all-inclusive, simple, affordable practice management system. It makes your life 1,000 times easier. It keeps you from resenting your practice. It has everything in one place. It has your notes. It has your calendar. It has your credit card billing. It has video conferencing. It has, if you take insurance, it handles all that for you. So basically, if you want a nice, amazing all-in-one for your office, I highly recommend Therapy Notes. You can check them out for 2 months for free by using the code ABUNDANT at checkout. That's at therapynotes.com. Oh, so this is really hard. When we're starting a business, it feels like it's too scary, or it just isn't possible to invest like significant money in something like a website, especially coming from an agency income and a non-entrepreneurial life where you're not used to, with the exception of like grad school, which we tend to like put in a different category. We're not used to having to invest in our business before we're making money, at least not a significant amount. We don't realize that most restaurant owners don't pay themselves for the first 2 years of their business, or that most business owners have to take out really sizable loans in order to get funding in order to get off the ground. And we are so lucky that our field primarily requires our brain and not like an X-ray machine or a walk-in freezer. So all that to say, investing in a web designer you don't know is going to make it easier to say things like, I asked for these changes and they haven't been made, or I don't like the way that this looks. I can't put my finger on it. Can we talk about it? When someone's doing you a favor, you feel like an imposition, like you're looking a gift horse in the mouth, whatever that means. I don't really understand that expression, but you know what I mean. Plus, we are learning as we go when we're getting started, and we are learning in such a way that requires implementation. So you might learn how to write copy much more effectively after some time or after some energy invested into that, but you already had a website up. And their first version of your website is going to pale in comparison to a later version of your website once you've really learned how to do it in an effective way. So if we can't implement what we learn, we're not going to get where we want to be, at least not in a timely manner. So here is my advice for this specific situation and the myriad of similar situations that we find ourselves in when we are when we're in this position where somebody has done us a favor by cutting us a deal or doing something for free for us, and it's because we either didn't have money or we were afraid to spend the money. So first, I'd either talk to the web designer and say something like, I really appreciate you getting me all set up. I'm probably going to want to change some copy over time and I don't want to take advantage. Could you screen share and like record a video of how to edit the easy things and tell me in that video what not to touch so I don't break it? So that's one way you could do it. Now, how timely they're going to get to that screen share is another thing. So you could say, like, could I pay for a meeting where you screen share and we record it and you show me? The second thing you could do is hire someone else for tweaks. You'll just need the admin login from the person who created it. And you should get that no matter which of these options you choose. But you could go to someone like Upwork, or you could teach yourself if you looked at some tutorials. Once the website's set up, it's usually, and this could be me talking out of the left side of my mouth, but it's usually not hard to change things like copy on any platform I know or I've played with. Can I set up a WordPress website myself? Not a good one, but I could edit a good one. All right. Number 3 would be to consider another route entirely. Brighter Vision, for instance, doesn't make you shell out thousands of dollars all at once for a site, but instead has like a low monthly fee that's a lot lower than the cost of a therapy session. You can tell them what changes you want made and they'll make it happen. Or you could dabble in some DIY. Squarespace is my favorite of the DIY build it yourself websites. Their tutorials and templates make it a lot easier to build your own site than you think it will be. I know for me, like building my own website as a Gen Xer felt like, no, that's what young people do. I don't know how to do that. But it really was, it's not hard to play with Squarespace. So, and to look at it like playing with it, instead of being like, I have to change my website and move it here, to just be like, let me play with these templates. Let me see how this works and come at it as an experiment instead of something you have to do. But the truth is that paying for something also, like, you're kind of paying for some empowerment, really, to get what you want. So even when we're paying, it's not always easy to have these conversations. And I want to be really honest about that. That's when we have to like put our CEO hat on and act like the boss that we are. When you haven't fully stepped into your boss role, like you're really early in your private practice or it hasn't even opened yet, it feels hard to like play that part. But I want you to, I really don't like the phrase fake it till you make it, but we're going to use it here. Fake it till you make it. Today's download that's for free is actually a series of statements that I find myself either saying to myself a lot or saying to my clients, my consulting clients a lot, around stepping into that CEO role and asking for things when we feel kind of shy about that or uncomfortable being forthright. So hopefully that will help you if you're in this kind of crisis of, I want something done. I don't feel powerful enough, or I don't feel like I can ask for what I want. Hopefully this will help with that. Now, I know that money might be tight. I know some spending may seem foolhardy as you're building your practice, but spending in the ways that bring in more revenue sooner, which we talked about some last week, is a really great investment in your financial security. It may mean delaying gratification on some other things. It might mean strategizing. But if something like the Abundance Party, which I'm going to link to, that costs $49 a month, can get you full a year sooner than you'd otherwise get full, depending on how many clients you want, that's like $100,000 extra that you'll have in that year that you wouldn't have otherwise. And time is money, right? So the longer you wait to have a website that brings clients in, the longer it takes for you to make the kind of money you were hoping for, or more. Let's leave some space for more money than we were hoping for. So I hope that helps. I hope that gives you like 3 ideas of ways you can go with this. And I really would love for you guys to get that free download if you're struggling with feeling like you're not really a boss, you're not really a CEO, because you are. You are a business owner, whether or not you have clients right now or not. So if you have questions for Ask Allison, please DM me over on Instagram where I'm abundance_practice_building.